Starts. It's 5:30 on June 10th. I would like to call the Village Fest Board meeting to order, please. Staff, can we have a roll call?
Chair Roberts,
Present.
Vice Chair Bennett,
Here.
Board Member Anderson,
Here.
Board Member Barton,
Here.
Board Member Idell,
Here.
Board Member Alvarez is currently absent, and Board Member Battersby will be absent. Main Street Meredith. Here, we do have a forum.
Good, thank you. Are there any public comments this evening? Seeing none, are there any board comments this evening?
I would like to,
Please.
this might be my last meeting. I don't know if I have another one in June. But I just wanted to thank everyone here on the board for being such a wonderful team and a fun team. This has been probably the most fun thing that I've been involved with in my adulthood. So I really enjoyed it, and I think that you all did an amazing job, and very proud to be part of this. And if I can, I might come back.
Yes, what he said, please.
Thank you, but I believe we'll have one more meeting in June and give you an opportunity to give speeches, so.
Will there be cupcakes?
Who knows?
So if they don't have cupcakes, we're gonna walk out.
Dinner next week. The dinner's next.
Let
week.
us go to order, please.
Okay.
Sorry.
I would like to make a comment, and that is to welcome all of you here this evening. It is you who make Village Fest work and has worked for the past 33 years. So we're glad you're here, and we're extremely anxious to hear what you have to say to us tonight. How it will work is we will call you up and you will come to this microphone over here, and you will have up to 5 minutes to make your pitch to us as to why you should be included in Village Fest. Board Member Anderson will be our timekeeper. At 4 minutes, he'll give you a note and say 4 minutes or give you a sign. And at 5 minutes, we will cut you off. You don't have to take 5 minutes, but you have up to 5 minutes. After which time we will ask you questions. There are 5 board members here present this evening. Board Member Meredith here is a representative of the Downtown Merchants Association. She does not vote, but the Downtown Merchants are very much a part of the Village Fest experience, so we're glad she's with us. Just a little insight. If you are in the arts and crafts venue, we consider Village Fest to be an artisan fair, not an arts and crafts fair necessarily. So what we're going to be listening for is that you make at least 75% of what you're demonstrating to us. So I'll give you an example. Strung beads on a chain are very pretty and they're nice jewelry, but we wouldn't necessarily consider that an artisan craft. Now, if you polish those beads, if you wire wrapped those beads, if you made the clasp, if you embellish that in some way, then we're interested. We consider that artisan. So keep that in mind. That's what we'll be listening for. We'll start just as about 5 more minutes. Okay. Any correspondence?
We have none.
Thank you. Consent calendar. Can we have a motion to approve the agenda for this evening?
So moved.
Second,
Let us vote. David,
Yes.
Celia.
yes.
Yes. Dan,
Yes.
Cheryl.
Yes.
Thank you. For the minutes of the May 13th meeting. Now, normally I would not vote, but I did watch the video. So from beginning to end, so I will vote for this tonight. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes of May 13th.
So moved.
Let us vote. Dan,
Yes.
I vote yes.
Yes.
David
Yes.
and Cheryl.
Yes.
Thank you. Very good. Now, we're moving on to the fun part of the evening, and that's to listen to the vendors who are here tonight. So first up is Mystical Woods, Laura McComsey. Laura, are you here? Come on up.
Let's turn the mic on.
Yeah, when you're ready, just push the button on the mic and
Just push it once. and-
just ask.
My name's Serena.
Sure.
Okay. Perfect. I'm Laura. This is my daughter, Alex.
Hi.
I make art with wood. I design everything on a computer and then I program a laser to cut it and then I sand it, paint it, assemble it, glue it. I don't like waste, so any of my scraps is what I do with my little items, which would be the keychains, magnets. These are bottle openers. So
Oh, that's
I don't
very
make
clever.
I don't make the actual metal bottles,
So
but I
clever.
make the rest of these. I have the.
Very cool.
Other
Can you
little.
pass that or just pass some of the items?
Yeah.
So we can.
Press a couple.
Yeah.
Just take a couple off. and
Or
then you
or
can
just pass
hand
it
it out.
forward.
Sure.
Other thing I make are cell phone stands, which a lot of people like to use in like their kitchens for the recipes. It
Nice.
folds flat and sits and they're all. Mid-century modern
What are these? plastic?
designs is what I specialize in.
Maybe they have acrylic.
Can you pass one of those around this one? I love the mid-century designs, they're great.
Yeah. These ones,
That'll sell here like crazy.
absolutely. These are cool.
Cell phone stands.
What are these called?
Cell phone stands.
These are so cute.
I use one.
Of course.
They're got nice gifts too, so.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I make like retro stirs. These are made out of acrylic. I'd say probably about 80% of my items are all made from wood. I have these as well.
Brilliant.
Nice.
And there's a lot of larger art pieces, but they're all unique, one of a kind. I refurbish frames that I find at frame shops that were damaged and I fix them. But these are my coasters and I take my designs and then I engrave them on individual posters. A lot of the things that I sell, and most of are automobiles that people hang. I have a lot of different styles. This one is one of my most popular ones, and I make it in a large 6-foot design as well. And I just hang made of wood. Some of my items are Buffalo inspired as well, so I have these logos from this.
This is quite a keychain. I saw the loop at the top, I was like,
And of course, it wouldn't be considered that in the comic.
we
Boomerang.
This is straight from the 60s.
yeah.
Reasonable.
This is one of my newest designs that maybe a few months ago. And I do clocks.
Ooh.
So it's all made out of wood cut layered.
David.
Oh, those are
Okay.
fabulous.
Beautiful.
And I make about 3 different ones right now, but this is the one I had time to make. And
What is your price point on those?
those, in person, I sell for 100. Online, I sell for 160.
Yeah.
Let me just lay it down.
Wow.
I need to think about that.
Beautiful.
Where did it come from that?
A lot of my items, like tourists will buy because they fit flat inside their
Absolutely.
suitcase, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
little welcome signs.
Oh, cool.
This design I had my friend did, 'cause it's the map of.
Oh,
Where's
And I engraved that on the wood.
goodness. Very clever.
There's another art piece that I've made
Second.
and another welcome sign.
I know. She's good.
I make earrings out of acrylic. So. All different styles and patterns. I've never heard that. I engrave on wood and then I coat them in resin to seal them.
We're approaching 5.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Perfect.
Laura, I think your stuff is fabulous.
It is.
I
Yeah.
think, wow, look at that.
I've been doing it for about 5 years.
I think it's gonna do very well at Village
So
Fest.
too obvious.
I do have a question
Great.
on the. Thank you. On the mobiles, the boho one. Did you make all of those? Yes.
These,
Tell us, yes, how you made.
so I
that.
designed the individual shapes, just referencing similar shapes from the mid-century time.
Okay,
And then cut each piece out individually on my laser and then
Yeah.
assembled it with the.
Aren't some of those acrylic and some wood?
This is acrylic and wood.
And you're cutting them all?
Mhm,
And then
every
the
single
wood, you're
thing.
also refinishing the wood. You're
Yeah,
finishing.
well, this wood is new wood, and so I just cut it on my laser and.
So this is laser created as well?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
So many cool gifts.
Yeah.
This is a
Yes.
great.
coasters come individual or is it set?
I sell them individually. So that way they can mix and match the styles and colors.
okay.
David.
Where else do you sell?
College of the Desert Street Fair during their main season, every weekend. For the most part,
And anywhere else?
just online.
Online.
Any retail stores? Are for you here in your area?
No, there's a gentleman, I don't know if he sells in Palm Springs or he's in San Diego. He just buys some of my signs every now and then and art pieces.
Okay.
But he doesn't like wholesale orders.
Okay.
He'll just stop in and pick up a few orders.
Our question is, we just want to make sure that you're not competing with one of the retail stores on the route.
Yeah, no. I don't even ever.
Because the
haven't
price
even-
would have to be,
Are you wanting to start in the fall or when are you wanting to start?
As soon as I could. I wanted to do year round except for the month of August, just because I would want a little break and it's so. And August.
although last year it was hot in July and it was nicer in August. Because I made the mistake of going away for August.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it was hot in the beginning of May this year.
With Laura, I think you've done just what we look for at Village Fest. You're gonna appeal to the residents with the mid-century modern theme and the Palm Springs centric theme. And certainly the visitors are gonna love your items. And as you said, they're easy to put in a suitcase and take home. So I'm just quite impressed. And are there any other board questions? I think we know what we're gonna do.
This is more of our.
Yes, those are my necklaces. They're wood engraved and then I coat them in resin.
We just forgot they were there. So just getting them back to you.
I didn't even see them here.
Any other board questions? How about a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept this vendor into Village Fest.
I'd like to second it.
Good. Let's vote. Cheryl?
Yep.
David?
Yeah.
Celia?
Yes.
I vote yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Amen. Congratulations and welcome.
Beautiful.
You're gonna sell out every week.
I'd be buying the first spot.
So.
Do you do them in different colors? By the way, if I didn't want this shade of blue, I wanted an orange or something, or
The main ones, because they sell really quick for me. I mainly do them in blue and then like a really Palm Springs orange,
Yeah.
vibrant orange. But online I do all custom, so they can make
Oh.
say anything they want. I have a large range of colors. I special order all my paint, so
Good.
it's a huge range of colors that
Right.
we choose.
did you hear?
These are not waterproof, right, for outdoors?
The signs actually are, it's made of a Baltic birch, which is an indoor outdoor wood.
Okay,
And then I seal them and then I give them. I hand out little care cards so they know how to maintain it.
Excellent, okay, good.
Great marketing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Where's your website?
It's on Etsy. So it's,
You can just leave that with us if.
sure, did you want, I have more. Did you want-
Yeah.
Well, like, well, yes. I want to put my orders in first.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Great. For their prices, right? For their prices are better at Village Fest.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. Right there.
yeah.
So David, you order online and we'll buy the stuff off the
Yeah.
table.
Okay, sure, no problem. I'll pick it up to save you shipping.
Some people have done that.
Next up is Teresa Thorne. Teresa Thorne Design.
Can I make one comment to something you said? Okay, if somebody orders online
Yeah.
and just says to you, I'll stop by your booth, pick up, that's fine, but what you can't do is you can't put on your website. pickups available at Village Fest, because we did have that with another vendor a while ago. And had to be addressed, remember?
Yeah, I don't put that anywhere on my website anyways.
Good.
It's just.
Yeah, if you make one
locals that
individual,
see
yeah.
me At the College of the Desert,
Yeah.
then they'll find something online and message me and I'll tell them, sure.
Oh, absolutely, sorry, I can make sure that, we don't want you to get in trouble.
No.
It's all good.
Thank you.
Hi, Teresa.
Thank you. Hi, thank
Hi.
you for having me. I have been a artist, well, fine artist my whole life. And I'm an oil painter and I love color and beads. I've been making jewelry for probably the last 15, 16 years now. And so what I do is I have I use semi-precious stones. I'm a silversmith, so I actually, solder, do all my own all my designs. My hat band I make, so everything I design first and then I make it. Then I also have some really cool little, bracelets that are more fitted. So these, they're quite involved, and also I have like the more of the cuff look. So what this is that I design all this, I hand sew each piece. And then I have to adhere it to a brass cuff. Then I have the suede. And then I put that on and then do all the edging. So it's, takes several hours to do. So, so I have that. And I also do these are my semi-precious stones. These aren't, every piece I wire wrap each piece on here and pick out all the stones. Like there's different Amazonites, I have citrine, and then I make I will do little circles or whatever, and then do the hammering, so it has some texture to it to give it, some.
Can you pass some of
texture.
that around?
Oh, yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna pass some of these around too. These are really fun, and the other ones, so.
Do you
here
make
we
those
go.
on a loom and then?
Yes, I do. And then what I have to do is take a picture of everything, so I don't forget how to do it. And then, that's,
complicated.
yeah, it is, because it's complicated. I enjoy it. You don't see it a lot because it's so time consuming. People don't, jewelers, because it's very competitive. This business is so competitive. So, and then that's one of my other ones. Well, yeah, and then it's got this cute, like people who are traveling or, it kind of, to me, these kind of resemble the desert in a way. So when they're visiting, they want to take something back. They love it. I mean, I also do a couple of shows in Tucson, Arizona, which are really fun. And so, it's a really, it's very unique. I try to stay different. And so what I do is I put all my, these are glass seed beads. I use the best beads you can get. And I put them in glass jars. So it's like my palette. At my desk in my, the jewelry studio, I have everything laid out. So then I pick colors that I feel that are gonna go with what people like, or, different, and different semi-precious stones. I also use glass seed beads too. So
Are these check beads?
some of those are fire polished crystals from the Chuck. You know your stuff. And then I use Maruki, Japanese seed beads are the best because you have to have, each bead has to be the same size or
Right.
it's not going to work. Your
Right.
pattern is not going to work. And so just doing the design work. And I do different lengths. So if something doesn't fit, I have different lengths. I'll do at least 6 in one color. So I have lengths for the gals, so things will fit. But so that's, yeah.
I've done weaving.
Oh, have you?
So
Do
I
you
know,
Understand?
understand
You
how long
understand
it
how-
is.
Yes, it
How
is.
long it is, how much work is involved.
There's
in
so
this.
much work.
So much work.
It is. And plus designing and making everything. So it's not like something I just put together. It takes a lot of work to do all this. And I love doing it. I mean, it's a lot of fun and it's a passion because it's art. And so that's
Well,
what I
you're
do.
How long might this take to make?
Oh my goodness, that can take probably, well, now that, 'cause I change colors.
Sure.
Like I don't always do some of the same things. I'll even change This is, they call it wefting, like when you probably know that. Wefting, when you have to weft your loom and get it together. So I'll use different colors of this. This is called it's a heavy duty nylon cording. I'll do different colors. You would be surprised how it shows off differently using these different beads and semi-precious stones. So they'll take probably like 3 hours, 4 hours. Some of those can take up
Okay,
to
that's
8
what I
hours
thought.
because I have to first make this front part. Then I have to adhere it to a brass cup. It's a really nice, strong brass cup, and then add the suede and then do all the edging. So it is very time consuming.
Got it.
So, yeah.
How about the hat band? What's inside the hat band?
Yeah, I just designed these. I've had so many customers ask me. It is, see, what it is, it's just like this. It's like,
Nice.
it's like this, but I have this. And then I added
it lined?
leather.
And,
Leather, so I put leather straps. I have like a leather hole punch. So then it can fit different people's
yeah,
hat size, because I have a huge head. So I have to, but I make it about 19 inches, 19 and a half inches, so it fits in there. All you have to do, slip it off and put it on on another hat. Like they can switch it off.
what's on the
Yeah.
back of the beads on the?
It's just the same beads. It's
Feathers.
like, it's a seed bead. So it's
No,
the same.
But on the.
What's the lining on the inside of the?
There
hat band?
isn't a lining.
There
There's
isn't.
no
Okay,
lining.
gotcha. I
No,
thought-
there's no
got it.
lining. It's just like this. It's gonna look just like this
Okay,
on
gotcha.
both sides.
We're
So-
5 minutes.
Oh, are we? Oh, gosh, I'm just talking. Right?
It's okay.
Okay. So
Beautiful.
anyway, that's fine. And thank you so much for having me. I do
Beautiful
appreciate
work,
that.
beautiful work.
Thank you. And I'm
So
thinking that
meticulous.
you know what it's like.
I absolutely do. Those are stunning. Those are
Thank
stunning.
you.
Do you have enough supply, do you think? Because
I do. I
Okay.
have so much. I have a
Okay.
lot. I just brought some. I didn't bring a bunch of stuff. I mean, I could have, but
And
yeah,
what do your
I-
cups normally sell for?
Okay, so this one here, this one is 65.
Just,
It's really reasonable. These could go for like, a couple $100. This one's 80. And that's, I want to make them affordable to people, like these here. This thin one here goes for 37, which is a great price. But then it's something where somebody doesn't, they don't have the money to do it, but they want to buy something. 37 is a great price point.
Yeah.
So and then the mediums are 47. It's like $10 increments. And this one's 57.
oh
So
my God, that's such a good price.
it is a
Given the
good
amount of
price.
work.
I realize that. I just feel like, I want to have some great price points along with some things that might be a little bit more, but.
And are your cups flexible? Because I know sometimes people putting on stiff. cups, it's-
These are adjustable. Is
So
that what yeah, so
yeah.
you put it on, like we
Right.
get gals that have little tiny wrists, they can adhere this to just push down, it'll fit. You can and it just comes right off to the side.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's it. But thank you guys for having me. Yeah.
Any other board
I
questions?
just want to know when you want to start.
I'm gonna start, I would love to start in October if I can. Like the older I get, I just can't take the heat.
No,
so
you're,
just-
yeah, no.
It's like, I would love to do that, but
Teresa,
sure.
is there something in your display that speaks about how you make this? I mean, your jewelry is beautiful, but
Yeah,
your craftsmanship
In
is,
your display that you bring to
That you're
Village
gonna
Fest,
put up
now.
at
what
Village
was
Fest.
Yeah,
today.
my display. Okay, I have a really nice display, actually. I really worked hard on it. So like my tables and I have these really nice, my display, I have like these, oh gosh, it's like these little, like I have these,
Acrylic.
they're like this. They're like on
An
like a
acrylic
long,
bar.
yes, like a bar. It's actually wood. And then I have them like about 4 down. So I have all the, like these colors, like say I have more neutral colors, like the different silvers, like antique silver, white silver, gold. I'll have those on one display. I'll have my blues and some other colors on another one. Then I have a piece of wood where I have a long piece of wood where these are lined up and they're up a bit so people can see.
I was more interested in the story of you making this, and the amount of work that goes into making one of those pieces.
Well, sometimes what I think, one time what I do, or a few times that I've done is bring a small loom to the show.
That'd be fantastic.
And
Yeah.
because I have
That's a good
several
idea.
looms and I've got this little tiny
Yeah, these are
loom
beautiful.
that I can have already warped and ready to go. So then they can actually see this is actually done on a pad and I pick each bead up, with a needle and so that.
Line by line.
You,
Yes, line by line. Yep.
you espouse artisan. So
Yeah, yes.
any other board questions?
They're gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
How about a motion?
I make a motion that we accept Teresa Thorne Designs into Village Fest.
Oh, thank you so much. That was so sweet. Thank
Let
you
us
guys.
vote. Cheryl?
Oh, yes, let's vote.
Yes.
There- oh my gosh, she's.
Yep, wish I could see them and touch them in person, but yes.
David?
Yes.
Celia?
Well, thank
I
you
vote
so much.
yes.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Well, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work.
Thank you so much. Okay, you two guys, take care.
Cheryl, if we need to hold up something for you to see, just let us know. We'd like for you to be able to see what's going on.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. I could also tell by the looks on all of your faces.
Next up is Courtney Fullenwider. Lily Bauer Boutique. Hi, welcome.
How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, thank you.
Good. Well, there you go. There's the hat to go. with it. And it just-
Situated, so I don't get flustered.
No rush, take your time. I haven't started the clock yet. I haven't started the clock yet, don't worry.
We've been doing the College of Desert for 7 years now. Yes, people are always like, why haven't you guys done Village Fest? Oh,
She left her bracelet.
Oh, I'll have to take that for.
One of the ladies took it, tell him, tell him.
Okay, so I'm Courtney and this is my husband Jeremy. I come from a fashion background. I was in wholesale clothing up in Los Angeles for 14 years. And I always wanted to have a store and thought that having a booth at a street fair would be my best avenue for that. So our boutique is pretty much designer inspired. Everyone loves to look designery without having the price. So what I do is I take old designer bags and I repurpose them into coasters, wallets, and then I do hats as well. So I cut out each individual piece from the old designer bags, because a lot of times people, they don't want to get them fixed because they're thousands of dollars even to fix if the seams are ripped out.
Could you stand in front of the microphone?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm able to buy bags, real designer bags at low cost that are really trashed. And so I turn them into like other man's trash is another man's.
Can you explain the coaster, how you,
Sure.
what you mean by?
Yeah, so these are old Goyard bags, handbags. And so I cut the leather out and then attach them onto these coasters. I'll pass them out so you can see. And then we also do a lot of trucker hats. So again, with the Louis Vuitton logos here. A little USA one for the holiday. Here's another one, kind of 4th of July inspired. Yeah, and I design everything with my Cricut. So basically I have to make the images and the logos and then I input into my machine and then put in the vinyl and then I weed it out by hand. So each design you see is, I've weeded it out by hand and iron them on by hand. I don't have a machine that just crunches them onto. So I also do a lot of baby onesies with little funny sayings. So we have this one, I'm always getting picked up by ladies. This is kind of a spin off the AC/DC with the ABCD. And then a little designer inspired Gucci Gucci Goo. Rad like my dad. It's really popular. There's a lot of grandparents and stuff out here, so they love my baby onesies. A little locally grown.
And what, so you screen print those or what?
No, so I have a Cricut machine, which basically cuts out vinyl.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
You said-
create the design
And then I put it into my machine and then it cuts it, and then I have to take a tool and weed each little
You
thing
just
out
said
with my
that.
hands.
I'm sorry.
And then we also do cute little totes. This is kind of a spin off the Marc Jacobs, the tote bag, but with Palm Springs.
That's cute. I mean, people are gonna like those.
And then I also do cute sweatshirts that are designer inspired, but obviously not the designer. And then this one's really popular. I speak fluent French with all the designer names. That one has been a big top seller. And like he said, we've done COD for 6 years, and we also do all the Kennedy fairs. And we also do shows up at the beach in Redondo and Manhattan Beach,
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad.
That's cute. I mean, that's, yeah.
This is also one of our top sellers, Jeez Louise. So we're basically a full service shop. We kind of offer a little bit of everything. This is our magnesium spray. We can't make it ourselves. And it's mostly for women. Most women are magnesium deficient and they don't even realize it. And the best way to get magnesium is topically through your skin. So it helps with anything from sugar cravings to sleeping at night. Like I spray it on the bottom of my feet every night. It helps you sleep really well. It's also great for nerve pain. Like if you have any pain behind your knees, you can spray it there. So it's also been a great seller.
Boil the water and then pour the magnesium salt and these sell for, the bigger bottle sell for 20 and the smaller bottle sell for 12.
And then I also do cute dog bowls with dinner and drinks. And then just with the more of the designer inspired.
So the magnesium just kind of comes out of left field. I mean, you're doing all of these things and then,
So like I said, we're kind of a full service shop and my eventual goal is to make more all natural things like sunscreen and that type of thing.
do you have any testing done on any of that?
It's just magnesium chloride and distilled water. It's not any crazy concoction. Yeah.
But you make some claims about how it helps with certain things if you spray a
Oh
top.
yeah, I have a sign, a big setup that says all the things that it does and all that in the booth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be something, we would not want you to make any medical claims.
Okay.
Or any claims whatsoever unless you have analytical data to
Okay.
prove what you're saying,
Yeah.
so.
So we can take that off. then.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't want me to add that in, I can take that off.
I think I think the magnesium is just so outside of what we're seeing here that I think that's probably something that you don't need to have in your.
Okay.
We're at 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Board questions?
I guess I have a little bit of a concern about the copywriting issues that, because of things like taking the Louis Vuitton leather label out of the
Okay.
inside of a bag and then repurposing it on something else and selling it with Louis Vuitton name on it. I'm not really
No,
sure.
It's all over the internet. I've been doing it for 7 years and I know all the laws. And I'm not selling this as like these sell for $40. I'm not selling it for, $500. Like, oh, there's Louis Vuitton on it.
But you purchase the hats, you purchase the shirts. You buy the Louis Vuitton
Yes.
suitcases or purses.
Yes,
And cut them out yourself.
yes,
Yeah, that's
Glue it together.
yes,
That's it.
yes.
But no,
Oh.
that's a blank canvas. We've done that before.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's a blank
that's okay.
canvas. That's not a problem.
And then
It's-
she buys all the vinyl as well and then has to, when she makes our logos and.
Yeah, and cutting these leather pieces by hand isn't the easiest task as well. It's
No,
not very-
I'm not.
I'm not worried about
Okay.
the designs, I'm about the logo. Logos are licensed and that LV is licensed.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over Etsy. There are people,
I know.
I mean, it's all over ball caps. Like I said, I've been doing it for 7 years, so.
But Faith, we're not, or Jasmine, we're not responsible if anybody, are we?
This is all okay?
So we had a vendor with a very similar type of product.
Yes.
And the city attorney said, as long as they are not selling the original product, the board is clear.
So if you
Moving forward.
repurpose it.
Yeah, we did have a vendor who would
Okay,
do
good.
very similarly with kind of name brand, and the board asked us to check with the city attorney's office.
Okay.
And he
Remember
said,
that.
if they are taking
Okay.
product and then it just can't be in its original form, because
Yeah.
they're reselling something. So he said it was okay and the board would not be
What
liable.
about the coasters?
I mean, it seems
Look
like
at
it's.
the Georg poster for a minute. It looks like it comes from the Georg store, that's why.
Yeah, this,
What?
actually, this blue Goyard bag was actually from one of my customers. She knows that I make repurposed
Yeah,
leather
yeah.
goods and she sent it to me to
It's
cut up.
fabulous, by the way.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
amazing.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering
It
if
took her
there's.
a long time.
It seems like it's
Same thing.
repurposed. It's the same,
Maybe
it's not its
repurposing the
original
vinyl
format.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. Okay.
I think these are gonna be a hit. I mean,
Great.
I think they're gonna go do well, except for the magnesium.
Okay.
Well, I was unsure.
Well, my sister's like all on this, she's from Seattle and she's all on this like major health kick and she's been doing magnesium and all the seed oils and she's like, you gotta make this, you gotta make this. And so we just threw it in.
And I see where you guys are saying like the logos and stuff and how that might be troublesome and stuff like that, but if you go to Home Goods and stuff, they have
But yeah, there's like,
Signs
I
that
can't even believe
say-
what's out there on the marketplace these days.
Louis Vuitton.
But that's not the point.
Yeah, no, I know,
The point is, the star symbols, I can see repurposing those. But the Louis Vuitton logo, that's clearly their
I
logo.
think what Jasmine just said is that
It was the same. It was a vendor,
Okay.
it was a vendor who I
Okay.
believe that had a lot of Chanel.
Okay.
And it was actually the Chanel name.
Oh, this.
And the city attorney said,
Okay.
I believe in the
That's fine.
attorney, okay.
I mean, that would.
Good for me then.
Made an opinion based on the name, because that's what the board asked us to look into. Did not base it on anything other than, liability on behalf of the board and the city.
Yep.
If someone was selling something. So that doesn't negate any of the, like 75% handmade, you still have all of that criteria that you can gear off of for a decision.
David, I didn't see the file and that's fine, but can you tell me, are there any pictures that we had of the process? Okay, I didn't. see
No,
the
I'm
file.
just,
It's all
that's a
the way-
good question.
There are some, yes, there's
Okay, and you
photographs.
feel satisfied? I just haven't seen them and I'm fine with not seeing them. I just wanna
Or
make
you
sure.
can see them. if
Well, I
you're-
don't need to see them. I don't have to.
You're allowed.
I just wanna make sure.
Your opinion matters, and you're here to advise us.
Well, then there you go. There. David's.
Good idea, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you guys very much.
thank you.
Any other board questions? We ready for a
You know,
motion?
I have one.
Yes.
question. So I saw one where the Louis Vuitton leather piece that's from the inside of the bag that tells you it's authentic. Sometimes those have a serial number. You don't have anything with serial numbers,
No.
right? Okay, fine. As long as you're not reusing those, because
No, no,
that
no.
may be.
Yeah, that would probably be. good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that would be, you'd be telling you that's real.
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys want, I have pictures too of these bags. They're like really beat up. I mean, it's, they were probably going into the Goodwill.
Great.
Any other board questions? Is there a motion?
I move that we accept Lily Bauer Boutique into Village Fest.
I'll
Carol or
second it.
David? Okay,
Good.
Thank
Wanna do
you.
some
Let
other
us
chat?
vote. David?
Abstain.
Yes.
No.
No,
No.
because then we won't have a quorum.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I want
Yeah.
you.
You have to yes or.
You have to take a vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheryl?
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Yes.
Cheryl? Celia?
Yes.
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 Good. Congratulations.
Cool
Thank
stuff.
you guys. Can we start on Thursday?
You have to work with Faye.
So the lady that has the birds hanging from her ears.
South from Canterbury, yeah.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
very much.
thank
We
you.
appreciate your
Look forward to
time.
seeing
We
you on the
appreciate you
street.
guys having us
Thank
here.
you. I think
Thank
the
you
hats
guys
are
very much.
I hope you do real well.
Thank you so much.
The hats are gonna must have looked really good.
Thank you.
Hopes that-
Especially the brim hat.
Oh, these are killer. They
Yeah.
so great.
You should be next to the lady who does stuff, who just presented with bands.
Right?
Little booth it.
You guys are very kind. Thank you.
I know, I've been wanting to come here for years and everybody at COD was like, oh, they're so mean. I'm just.
Oh.
Everyone's been like tormenting me for years.
I don't know enough about it, that's why.
It's just that we have requirements, you know, that things are handmade.
Of
They're not
course.
Great.
Oh,
And then where do we go from here?
Yes, you just email me tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. And you are?
I'm Faith.
Jeremy, nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Yep.
Just to be clear, the magnesium spray is
It's
not.
out. It's out. We can, I guess we can.
can we take that off the application, by the way? Can we-
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to if you want to resubmit, you have to come back before the board and represent.
They mark it out or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We
think-
have our notes too.
Thank you and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Use me some-
Consider that like a body.
Tell them we're not bad.
I know, I'm gonna report that.
lady who directed us here was so sweet. She said you guys were a great group.
Next up is Polar Sands.
Have a great rest of your day, guys.
Raulio Serenos. How badly did I pronounce your name?
Ooh, very.
I'm sorry.
Cisneros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raul.
So it's pronounced brow, so eyebrow
Oh.
and Leo.
Raulio.
Now Leo, in Italian and Spanish accent.
Italian. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, welcome.
Thank you so very much. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Let me just get this,
Take your time.
Take your time.
Sippy cup.
They would be farmer's market, right?
A food service, I want to know.
Cause they're opening.
Yeah. the blue suit.
3,
It is?
7 of you.
Yes.
Oh,
Has to be,
Okay.
item or prepackaged,
yeah.
but if you open anything on site, then you clear into food service.
Oh, that's. And the floor.
Look what a cute presentation that is.
Super cute, look at that. So you get a nice, you have to get the cup with it.
Anything else?
Do you have a favorite? Don't feel sad to be picky.
No sugar.
David Snapple?
Or leach.
I like the leafy.
Oh, you like leach. Thank you.
You eat green soda.
Oh my God, that green and cool.
They go chill with me.
Essential, exactly.
So my question is, back to what you said, Jasmine. do you want to-
I think that's yours, Jasmine.
Oh. Some sangria? Oh. Like, yeah.
I'm okay with that. You're good for it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
My name is Augustus Edwards. This is my wife Gabriella. We are Polar Sands. So we are brand new to the desert. And what you see here is what we're selling is completely sealed, purified measured items. So what you just see right now is just like regular ice. But if you open it, you might see something happening. So. Yeah, what we're trying to tell, like, what we're trying to tell, the completely sealed ice cups. I think it's perfect for the center switching. The best way to open it is to use your end of the straw to have it open, put in your favorite drink or whatever, like, kind of mixture you want to put in. And then put the seal back on or the lid, and it's your choice to either use the same straw or use a sippy cup to drink it through. So right now we're thinking about selling these soft drinks, either like from teas to Pellegrinos to like Japanese milk teas and coffee drinks.
Can you explain this again?
These are polar ice cups.
Mangled it.
Yeah, so they're sealed.
Well,
They're
I mean, I got that.
Know how to
part,
do it.
Yeah, but what do we got?
so with the sharp end of the scrum, just pierce the
Yeah.
just pierce it and just break the seal and just peel off everything else.
Just with your finger over the top.
So you so just peel off the rest of it.
From the hole.
From the hole.
That's the point of the hole.
Got it.
This is truly an
And then put in your
aptitude
favorite
test.
drink. It's pretty much our little bit of a prototype. We're still we're like from when we first started, we started off in just like regular thin cups. So we upgraded to thermal cups. And so this is what we came up with, our product, they're purified measured ice cups. And this is what we want to sell. We consider this to be perfect for the oncoming summer that's approaching.
It's out there.
Oh yeah, it's really coming up, even during like the evening times, it gets a little humid out there.
And who makes these?
We make them. We have a kitchen over in North Palm Springs.
Okay.
And we have an ice machine that we make that we bought in our home. We seal them And we also have these permits. We have the health, food and artisan permits
Okay.
that that's been approved.
And this is the only thing that you're making right now?
So right now, this is our main product. We also have a 24 ounce. And we're also that's pretty much what we have. So this is a 16 24 ounce, and we'll also be selling some soft drinks, so like Pellegrinos, iced teas, or coffee drinks.
And this is how you sell it like this?
So it won't it kind of would go with that. We do have another box that goes with not so much with paper or cardboard, but more of a plastic kind that will be more of a carry-on.
What about a 4-pack?
4-pack, we have not considered,
I'm just thinking
we
families.
can always go look for like a project for making a 4-pack.
Yes, we have like, better prices, like the pack is around like $6
So
each one,
this was your invention,
Yeah.
excuse me,
only for.
and this was your design as well?
No, so
No,
okay.
we bought that just so that
Okay.
we to present this to you, but we're also gonna buy a platform for the help for handout to each individual. As for carry out for 4, we will get something for like 4 or 6 for people.
So, Jasmine, I have a question.
Yes.
If they're not farmers market and they are a food service using plastic, sustainability.
Yeah.
then
It's reusable though,
I
isn't
just
it?
feel like they're farmers market, if they're not opening anything.
I mean, technically, I mean, as they sell it like this, as long as they're not pouring it.
Yeah, are you opening and pouring or are you giving it to the?
We're giving it to the customers
Good.
and they have the
Okay.
fun experience of the grab and go.
Yeah, they're.
This is genius.
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna be
Yeah.
so
It's great.
handy on the street. I
Yeah.
mean,
But.
As
I'm
long as
feeling-
everything
yeah.
stays sealed, they can fall in under the farmer's market.
I'm feeling farmers market.
If anything opens up and then it falls into open food items
What?
and
4 minutes.
Now, if we make them farmers market, we'll give you that other minute back. If we make them farmers market. Will they have to be on Museum Way or can they be near the food trucks too?
the food truck area is very full.
Very good.
So it'd be very challenging. We have vendors.
Or
that want-
along the route, I'm just saying, like, instead of
Yeah,
being,
they don't have to be, we can't fit anyone else in the farmers.
so they don't have to be with the drive-through, even if they are considered farmers. market.
There's- yes.
Gotcha, okay, that was my
They're
question.
not in there.
vendors along the street that sell cookies and all kinds of stuff, so it doesn't, they can.
That's true, yeah, yeah,
their
yeah.
booth.
We have very limited space in the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just so you understand what we're discussing, we have multiple vendor categories, but one is the food court, more like the food trucks.
Yeah, I understand that place
And
is pretty
then
packed.
the farmer's market, but one of the qualifications is that the package is sealed.
Mhm.
So it's not opened, so you could not serve this to someone, you would have to dispense it.
Well, that's what they're planning.
No, you couldn't pop this open
Yeah.
and pour it.
No,
No,
we want them to have the grab and go experience, like whatever they
Yeah.
have, like, we also wanna have like, so later on in the future, we wanna have some little bit of a mixed drinks. So if we like later on, we're gonna have some like other like soft drinks to help out, like later on. To help like have a more fun experience of making their own little drinks. So like what you see here, just pour in, shake, drink, and go.
How long
Wait,
does
wait.
these last?
As you can see, we came from Palm Desert, and as from the cooler we have, it's filled up with some CO2 baggies. They've been lasting pretty long.
Yeah.
Even now, our ice has been pretty good. Some people say it looks kind of fake, but
It's-
I guarantee you it was
The
perfect.
cubes are
Not
perfect.
bonding.
By any chance, would the cubes be able to be,
Different shape.
yes,
We want to. We're moving. We are looking forward or moving towards a crafted ice.
okay.
We have.
I mean, like, for instance,
Yeah.
a giant
We are
square
making
or a
it-
giant,
making
or a
experiments.
globe.
I do
Or a
have a-
rainbow.
Yeah, I do have an image of having little like diamonds.
Diamond.
Cool.
Little diamonds in it, like just something like more fun, little golf balls, basketballs. Yeah, we also have little roses that they're kind of like little big.
Based on a theme or a theory, I think it would be amazing. Also, I would love it if you were able to partner with a cocktail company. Old fashions, not a Village Fest, but I'd be an investor for that.
The drink's best friend, that's what we're trying to say.
Yeah, any drink, any drink.
That's awesome.
No, we love it.
We love it.
Congratulations, I think it's beautiful.
It's simple.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I think you're gonna sell, especially on the street when it's hot like this, people are gonna love this. It's like,
And we just found out that we are the only one company in California doing this, like
Really?
filling ice cups.
Capitalize on
We're
that.
only one, and
Big
we are
true.
doing everything about like copyright. We already have an e-commerce and www.polarsands.com.
Good.
We already are asking for selling, you know, like through online.
How would you
And
do
at the-
that with the ice?
So just being able to, we'll hopefully just get delivery. So once we get
Mhm,
like from retail stores or other places that would like us, so like they want to have our products, we can like they just decide how much they want and then like distribute it to them.
Yeah.
We
What
make
about
the,
personalizing, for instance, the color or the logo or something?
So we are gonna get, so our logo is gonna be this here little bear, right here.
You have in the,
So that's
little
like-
bit in your, it's a bear.
That's
like,
cute.
California, but we already know like about like copyright is not the California bear, but it means that it's from California.
So right now, what we're getting right now is like, this is our first project, this is our first idea, and we're going through like ups and downs. So our first project with our polar cups, they start breaking under cold temperatures, so we had to upgrade it, and through our upgraded, we were managed to get these lids. So even now, with the new company that we talked to, we're now able to like with a new with a new batch of cups, we're now able to get the option of putting our logo onto the cups. And as for the color list, I believe this light blue fits well with our Polar Sands
Nice.
vibe.
It's like a Starbucks thing where if you break this, I,
Yeah, just pop it up and just sip the
oh,
cup.
okay.
Will you change flavors or will you be
Yes, so
consistent?
depending on like what's popular, like the band kind of like demand, like what you said, we'll like consider it.
My ignorance here, but why would an ice cube expire in 20 days?
Just
It's only for, it's like how the health department is.
I was just gonna say, the Board of Health
for
will
the-
force them to do
That's it.
that.
Basically, it's water, and basically it can be like 2 or 5 years.
I've got ice cubes in my
Yeah,
refrigerator
yeah,
for about
right.
2 years, probably, so just one.
my brother even said stories that like water changed through age, and I was like, really, it's just water, but apparently there's a like taste difference. I don't really get it, but I guess it does exist.
It also sits in plastic, so rubber plastics.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, you mentioned mixed drinks. Can you expand?
I did.
No.
So mixed drinks, so right now,
Yes,
what we
it's-
have this, so this is what we have, this is our total products that we have. We also have like,
Milk is like,
so the milkies that you have, like Japanese,
Korean.
yeah, Japanese, Korean, or Mexican drinks.
So when you say mixed drinks, that's not what I was asking. When you say mixed drinks, are you talking about two different drinks you'll give
Yeah.
them
Yes.
that they'll mix
Yeah.
together, or are you
Yeah.
talking
The
about?
two little like little mixed drinks like what you just said right now, like say like one coffee, one with almond milk or something to.
So again, you would not be opening them.
No,
No,
sir.
no, we're not.
Okay, okay,
We're
because
not.
so that makes them food service, and they're farmers. If they're farmers market, they can use the plastic cup. If they're food service, they can't.
Correct.
Right.
I mean.
That's why I
this-
don't
we
show
have to
from the
check on
place,
this.
yeah.
This might be reusable, this might be.
It
does feel like
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely, I would
Yeah.
walk into a Starbucks and say, here,
If
give me the
it's
10 cents off.
Sustainability guidelines, then.
Okay,
It would still be
okay, all right,
okay.
I'm just, this will count for that, got it. All right, okay. Brilliant, nobody's doing this.
Yeah, that's great.
Any other board questions?
This little presentation is.
Oh, that's
You-
not.
That's not.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're gonna do it in plastic or whatever you're gonna do it in, are you gonna just hand them this like this?
Oh, no, we like, that's, we don't want to do it, we want to get some like little.
That's actually a battery. Yeah.
Like that's what caught your
Maybe
attention.
it's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great idea.
It's just like it'll cost a little more extra for that little paper.
Cheryl, any questions?
Nope, I'm watching the video you have on TikTok, so it's helping me understand it.
Oh, thank you.
Any other board questions? on this? No? How about a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept Polar Sands, which is a unique name, into Village Fest.
I'll second,
Good, let's vote. Dan,
yes.
I say yes. Celia?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes,
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
And Faith will coordinate with you, but we hope we're gonna start soon because
Yeah.
summer's here and these will
You'll
be
be selling
very
these.
popular.
And I never have enough ice cubes,
Yeah.
but now I will.
I'm glad you love them.
I want to get in on the cocktail side.
I didn't understand it when I was looking.
Yeah, let me know if you like it.
Give me a color.
Well, I only have my cards. Oh, yeah, I have my card.
This would make an amazing private party
Yeah.
for fundraisers or
Here we go.
something. You know?
You're right.
Let us stay on topic.
Next goal is being in Coachella Fest.
Oh,
And
yeah. We're here in the desert all year. long.
Great. Well, we're glad you're here,
Thank you so
especially when you
much.
bring something like this.
Yeah.
Glad you love it.
Welcome.
I was picturing like in frozen ice, like what's it called, like,
Slushy.
like Italian ice,
Yeah,
oh,
oh,
like
yeah.
that. Like a sherbet, type- that's what I was expecting.
Well, they surprised you.
Very much so.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next up is Myrna Mendoza, but I don't believe she's here.
Oh, David,
Does anybody, mine or
these
not?
are made to clip together to make a four.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can put two of them together and make them four. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let's move ahead.
So unless Nick has changed his name to either Myra or Quintus, then
Nope.
I would say that we're.
And Quintus isn't here either.
Right, that's a current vendor, so it's a current vendor that we
Oh.
have that just wanted to add snow cones, we didn't ask him to attend.
Gotcha.
We just thought the board could review it, they're just basic snow cones and the current vendor who has the approval through the health.
Like the snow cones with the syrupy thing?
Mhm.
And why aren't they here feeding us that?
It's
It's chocolate leather?
Want some sugar?
I love those.
Let's kick you out for some sugar ice.
I love that.
Oh, my.
Blue and get your lips and tongue all blue. I always like the blue raspberry.
Do we need to vote?
You do.
Is there a motion to approve adding snowballs for?
I'll make a motion to add snowballs to Q's Creole and Soul.
And I'll second.
Good. Let's vote. Cheryl.
Sure. Yes.
Sure. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Yes, I'll say yes.
Yes.
I say yes, and Dan?
Sure.
Yeah. You can never have too many snowballs.
Not in summer.
Very good.
Awesome. And the henna artist is not.
Not here.
Okay.
Next up on the agenda is the annual vendor poster contest. And I have seen some exciting,
Oh,
exciting stuff.
We have-
So,
Is this the annual contest? Cause I'm pretty sure it's the decade contest. It's literally like 10 years.
Pull it together to make it
but-
happen.
so Joy, Celia, are you gonna?
Right?
We are, we just have a little bit of a delay here because one of the pictures did not print for some reason,
But I
so.
do have it on my computer.
And I have it on my phone. So whatever we need to do, I'm sure
I'll
it'll,
just move it over.
yeah, but this wasn't in the top three, so I'm not gonna show this one.
I think it's
sort of like when I go to-
the same artist did two.
That's great.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
That's-
yeah.
That's my winner, yeah, that's my winner too.
Okay.
Are we
so-
gonna vote on these? Is that what we're doing?
Well, and Jasmine is going to show you on the laptop there, this one that didn't print. So these were the top four then, the one there and then these, so. This was, the one that's on her laptop is number one.
We don't have them online that we could just,
We do.
Text them.
Well,
Okay.
why don't
I
we send
got
them to
them
Cheryl
online.
just real quick, so she can come look at them. Did you see them, Cheryl?
No.
Can you go to the Village Fest Instagram or Facebook page? I posted them there.
Oh, I saw a couple of them individually posted. Yeah, I can do that.
There's like 6 posted and these are the top 4. But the
Okay.
one that actually is the top is the one that's on the
Can
laptop
we
that
hold it up
didn't
to the
print.
camera for her to see?
She
should-
can
Oh,
look
she
it up
can-
on her
Yeah.
Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, I'll open my.
Yeah.
There were
So-
2 other entries. One was that didn't qualify. One was a
Yeah.
vase.
I put them on anyways.
And that's why the other was a crocheted like a hat.
We approved her enough.
So I think they didn't really quite understand the.
They were thinking about like products that they saw at
Yes.
just being sold, that's the idea, so.
Yeah.
But this one, it's colorful and then
It's everything.
it says,
Right?
some of
Bring
these
your
are,
dog, bring your kids, bring your friends.
some of those that Joy's holding were really good too, but they don't say anything.
Also, correct. Also, so I put them on our social media in order to, yes, to get some votes from other people in the way of how many likes they got. So the one that you see on Jasmine's lap, and I never put any
Just
artist name on it or
Yeah.
anything that identified them, just for people to say if they liked it. So the first one that's on the laptop there that has the orange border to it, that one got 62 likes. And, one of those other ones there, I think it's the one that's vertical. That one got 53. No, the one actually with the dog didn't get any. I don't. Very.
This one doesn't say anything.
But we can,
Right,
we
but
can
we
ask
could-
the artist to add Village Fest.
Yeah, and
As
that's-
a header.
So that one got 53, and then after that, the next one in the row there got 27. So you could see that the first and the second one definitely had more likes, and the first one was the first one, so.
Cheryl, the first one is the one that has the boomerang sign in the.
Yep.
in part that says Village Fest and that's the guy.
With an orange. It's the
Yeah.
only one who's outward.
And I do know whose it is now, and I don't know if he actually made that out of his incredible fabric artwork or not.
I know.
I don't know, and he might have, this might be a picture of fabric.
Fabric.
It
Wow.
could be, I don't
Who
know,
was the vendor?
it's Juan Varela.
Yeah.
What is his booth? What is he?
He makes that fabric art that like was so,
Oh,
we were like so blown away by.
That fabric art, is it embroidered or
Yeah,
is it?
embroidered.
Yeah, but it was very three-dimensional too, and super cool. So
Are these the same artist?
Well, I thought they
Two of
were.
them, there's two of them that are.
These two.
I
are-
believe it
These
is,
two, right?
yes, but the one
Yes.
with the dog that was not in the top three is, which I was very surprised. It's a dog.
I said,
But you can't tell, it could be
No, I
walking
think
through a
it's-
shopping.
It
mall.
doesn't have anything to do with Village Fest though, really. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, but the people don't know why we were putting them up there really, so I just put that it was the entry for the 2025 vendor poster.
I think it's what a 4-year-old kid sees when the parents are walking holding the the leg. That's how I read it, so,
Me too.
so it still did say Village Fest to me, but I still love this one the best.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what I
torn.
voted
Can
for.
we pick two?
No.
First and second
I mean, you
place.
could do a first and second, they were only gonna
Left hand.
print the first one.
Yeah.
I really would love to get it printed. We're submitting now for awards for the International Festival Events Association that's holding their conference out here. So I would really love to send this. We have won this from the IFEA previously. So I would love to submit it and get it printed because you have to actually submit the actual poster for this.
When does
award,
this vendor get notified that he won?
as soon as you guys make a decision.
Can I just point out, if I'm looking at the right one, Love American Tourist, is that what's on her shirt
Yes,
with the orange? Tourist is spelled wrong.
yes.
I think it's on purpose.
Okay, I didn't.
I think it's on purpose. That's what I took from it.
I did
Artists
too.
get to do that.
Well,
I'm
I
not
think
an artist.
the one on the computer makes Village Fest
Oh, yeah.
the more prominent theme,
Exactly.
which is what this is all about. However, the vertical one is really Palm Springs centric.
That's horizontal.
And
Other vertical. The other way vertical.
No,
Yeah.
there you go.
And
Yeah.
if we could add Village Fest, something centric to that one, I would maybe change my mind. That's just my opinion.
I didn't like that it's over center.
I don't like this.
I think there's
That's
too
one
many
thing I don't
buildings
like about
looking.
it.
It looks like something in Santa Monica.
I'm very symmetrical. Just
That's
in
clearly
general with everything.
The best.
And I looked at it and I said, this is asymmetric or something like
I
that.
didn't notice that.
I see taller buildings than most people in this town don't like.
Yeah.
Supposed to.
So we all like the one that's on the laptop.
Absolutely.
So we vote.
Yes, please.
Well, I do anyway, but yeah. You need a motion?
Yes, we do.
So you're talking about the one that's has the boomerang thing that says
Yeah.
Palm
and the
Springs
orange
Village Fest.
border.
Yeah.
I moved, I moved that we accept.
Why don't let Cheryl make a motion?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, Cheryl, do you want to make the
Sure,
motion?
I
or-
will- Sure, I'll make a motion that we choose the poster with the orange border and the boomerang as the winner.
What's the name?
Well, now I could, make sure that everybody knows it's Juan Varela's, but I
Oh, but we
didn't
wouldn't put
mention it
that-
before.
We wouldn't put that name in the motion then. We would just say.
I just didn't want to mention it before so that nobody
No bias.
done their
Yeah.
voting here.
Yeah.
You
So-
go out for drinks with them on Friday.
Where's that? I'll vote.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I say yes. Celia?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Cheryl?
Yes.
Yay.
Very good. It's great.
Thank you for your hard work, committee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the
Yeah.
committee's hard work. This was great.
Because really, we have such great artists and if you know, we could utilize them and also, by the way, this gentleman shared it so many times himself too, and I really appreciated that sort of you know, collaboration.
Well, I think we had fewer entries, but I think once this gets published and the vendors see what they could have done.
Yeah.
Next year, it'll be even easier.
Can we hand out like a flyer or something in the future for next year to promote it, saying these were also considered, these were the runner-ups? This is,
Absolutely.
I think that'd be a good idea for the
On
motion.
application, maybe that would be.
That's what I was
nice.
thinking, yeah, kind of generate
This
excitement.
is beautiful art. I
It is-
love
No,
this.
they're great.
They are great. They're unique in their own special.
Do you want to have like a runner up? Because all of these vendors are asking me one, so it would be nice to have like, oh.
That's-
Wouldn't mind
Kind of-
to have a runner up, but there was a monetary prize.
Right.
That I would imagine you had.
Honorable mention doesn't necessarily mean something, does it?
Too.
We, well, we're only gonna print one.
Yeah.
So if you guys wanna have a secondary,
Would staff go over the protocol for this? Is there a press release? Will this be, how will this be announced and how does that happen?
that's a very good question, I'm not sure.
Well,
I'll have
I-
to go back and look and see what we did in the past.
I would certainly hope there would be some fanfare over this.
Mhm,
I mean, this is really good, especially with the meeting with city council coming up
mhm.
next week.
I was gonna
Um,
say, could you maybe talk about, could you have a picture of this and
We
maybe?
could put it in there if it's not too soon. I mean, Jasmine and Faith, you, Nick,
Yeah, let me work on
work on that.
what we did in the past, and try and get that to you. I'll get it over
And-
tomorrow.
I like to be more inclusive. I'd love everybody's mention.
Yeah.
To be mention of everybody who submitted and thank them. I mean, this is what we gotta build, you know, is.
Actually, I'd go so far as to say, out of the dozens that were presented, and we do that all the time in HR, you will.
Government, I mean. The dozens that attended that meeting.
Yeah.
So, but is what you're saying that maybe you wanna have a winner and we could say that there were these other runners ups?
I don't know,
Should
do we need to call it a runner up or just say here were the
Honorable
others
mentions are
submitted?
nice.
You know,
And the board was very pleased and impressed with.
I
all-
like that. I like that better than going second runner up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That starts
Agree.
ranking.
Yeah.
I don't like ranking.
Those
Ranking
artists.
order.
And Beast Pickles
Yeah, you
contest.
can't rank for it.
Yeah.
And Beast Pickles contest from the Andy Griffith Show.
He did say, these pickles.
Yes. Her award-winning pickles.
Not.
So
Like-
Jasmine, sorry, you will get back to us on how this will roll
I
out.
will follow up with you tomorrow.
Great. Next item is next Tuesday night is the joint commission meeting at the convention center. Starts at 5 PM. Will everyone be there?
Everybody except Cheryl, I believe.
Good, good. Cheryl, thank you so very much for your slides. They were fabulous. The autocratic city people have made me cut down the number of slides I can use, so. So, you know, I have a big story to tell about Village Fest, but I think it will be good.
So fast.
Yeah. I think it will be good, and the focus of it is, the work we did with the survey, and then the upcoming attendees survey, and then the accomplishments. Do you know, we juried over 175 vendors this
This year?
past year?
Wow.
175. That's a lot.
And
It is a great, it is.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it till I read it. I was like.
And do you know,
Looks
every
like
week
15 a month.
we
which
manage
means
over
it's
200 vendors and thousands of visitors
That
every
part I
week.
did know.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Faith had no idea though.
You
are
are mentioned you. in the
I'm
presentation.
like, wow.
So we'll see everybody Tuesday night at 5 o'clock.
Do you want us to wear something special? Should we all wear our shirts or?
Something
Glamour.
glamorous.
Got it, okay.
That could mean a lot.
I'm gonna go rip up a couple of my Louis Vuitton bags.
New business compliance. I watched the meeting minutes from May 13th, and I want to thank Board Member Garten for bringing to everyone's attention a non-compliance issue on the street. And I want to thank you for bringing that up at the meeting, and the board from having a discussion on that. I think there probably should be some discussion about how we do a better job overseeing what's going on out in the street. I don't want vendors to feel that they can cheapen the experience by stretching the rules or breaking the rules. But I don't want board members to become policemen
Right.
either.
Yeah.
Right.
Or police women.
Or to think the vendors feel like they're being.
So I think we need to have a conversation about how we should do this and
Is it part of a job description or a part of the role that we each take a certain
Not
number?
officially,
No,
but we've
not-
talked about it.
I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
To
it-
be on the board. Um,
I'd like to see something like that where a board member or maybe two board members could take a certain block and become more acquainted with the vendors there. You'd know which ones might be problematic or not, but taking the whole event, honestly, when Celia and I went walking, I thought I was gonna
I
die.
do.
It was,
It's
yeah, it's so many people, just walking amongst the people like that, it was,
You know, that's a great, that
Challenging.
is a great idea, Joy. And I think the other, from another perspective where the vendors get to know who we are. If
Mhm.
you have like, you're like the policeman of the block, I don't mean to be policeman, but I mean, you know,
Like
you
a block
walk,
captain.
you
Yeah.
walk that beat. And so the vendors in that area that you're assigned get to know you
Mhm.
instead of, you know, sometimes I'll say, well, you know, I'm on the board and that was not. So I think it's a
Yeah.
brilliant idea that we have more
Split it.
participation by the board.
and maybe even just two different ones, one takes south, one takes north,
Or
you know,
maybe like
or
break it up even
whatever.
more than that.
If I could raise an opposing idea, I'll say opposing because it's the opposite, but rather than I'm opposed to that, but that would entail all of the board members to be at Village Fest every week.
No,
No.
no.
Maybe two different
To rotate.
groups, and then
Oh.
things could rotate.
I was thinking maybe assign it to one or two each, like everybody grabs a week, right? And then but like you said, it's a lot to walk, especially if you're
Yeah.
somewhat screening the vendors, right, for their product. So that's not like going to it and walking and going, oh, I like that shirt. Let me go look at it, right? It's not that. You have to stop at every booth. It's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when it's busy, it's very hard to get through the crowds to get to each booth.
I think we could
Oh,
take
it's
the
a-
layout and make a matrix out of it and say, this week, we're gonna look at this block. Next
Mhm.
week,
Mhm.
this block, the
Oh,
following week, and just move
yeah.
the blocks around.
That's a great
and
idea.
QC, quality control, each, you know, as we go through. That might be a.
Oh, and we could,
And
we
it's
can
random.
create like a schedule for ourselves also so that we know, you know, what weeks we're responsible for and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yes. Cheryl's a good organizer, she could tell us how to do it.
So staff, can we move this up to a legislative action for our next meeting and vote on making a weekly quality control check of certain quadrants within Village Fest?
I don't think it needs to be a
It doesn't need to be-
legislative action,
Okay.
it's more of policy that we're doing.
Okay,
And that's okay just to have, we could put it under either new business or old business so that we have reports that we provide at the board meeting, but we could definitely just implement that.
okay.
I also think you need to do it with the new board members and not with
Yes.
us. We should not be making decisions
For them,
for other
yeah.
people's time, to be fair.
Way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Every board.
No,
member has to do
anybody,
their
any
every
former
week.
board member has to do it every week. I like
Dan's
that.
got a minimum of 5 violations they have to report. If they don't,
Dan will go down in infamy. We'll be saying, well, Dan decided
Right.
that 2 years ago.
I'm never gonna have another board, anyone.
Okay, so we're clear, everybody agrees this is a plan?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Excellent. Reports and requests. I think that kind of leads us to Main Street Meredith.
Everything's good, Jasmine and I and Faith as well, we talked about the summer, I know that that's coming up on here, cause we wanted to really try to get that ahead of time and not be, not make any of the merchants on the street feel blindsided by it, so. I think Jasmine's, you know, here, okay, Jasmine will take that up with you, but I mean, really, working with staff is awesome, so thanks, appreciate it,
Thank you.
thank you.
Joy, do you have anything from marketing or social media to report? Since
we're
anybody
good.
doesn't?
Got some big jumps on Instagram. I have no idea why or anything, but we did. So everything's going very
In the right
good.
direction.
Yeah, in the right direction for sure.
Cheryl, and anything you want to add about the survey, or is there anything new?
Just that, what Kirsten told me that the kids are back in school like August 6th. And they'll be ready to start working with us on an attendee survey. So, over the summer, I'll start kind of drafting, not just a questionnaire, but we really need to think carefully about the methodology. How are we going to intercept, attendees? Because it's not as easy as, sending the email to the vendors as we did that. So that would be, I'll definitely want some help with that. But I'll start to, I'll draft up an outline. I sort of have an outline for a questionnaire already, but I really haven't given enough thought to the methodology for getting to all the respondents.
Yeah, could we post QR codes up and down the street and maybe with some signage that says to attendees,
For sure.
please take a survey and.
Yeah, I think that'll be one of the techniques. I think we're going to end up with probably a bunch of them. And one of the techniques will probably be to have like a flyer with a QR code, and maybe ask the vendors to have them at their booths, so we can promote it. Well, I think we'll want students to also walk around and literally intercept people, and they can have the QR code and ask people, so there'll be different ways that we're going to need to think about how to do that.
May I ask a general question, though? It's great that
No.
we're going after
Oh, okay.
our
She said no, so let's correct.
okay, next. No, it's
Go
great
ahead.
we're hitting the current population. I just continually run into people in a bar, in a restaurant, in an event, museums, that have no idea why they don't go. They've lived here for 20 years. I'm sat next to a woman last night and her friend, we had the best time in the museum. I said, oh, on Thursday night, did you go to Village Fest? Is that still there?
Well, let me answer that.
Thank you.
Mr. Gonzalez happens to be here, and he is helping us with getting bids for a consultant.
Good.
To work on a branding
Yeah.
and imaging concept. So I think that you're very right in raising that issue, but that's underway.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good to know. I just don't want us to forget that.
And we talked about at our last meeting that we were gonna try and hit up the One PAS organization.
Yes.
Yes.
And really
Yeah.
try and get to residents so that we can get their feedback as to why they don't, because you did raise that concern previously. And we thought that was a strong avenue of really getting to residents and why they may not be attending, and if they are, why they are attending. So I do think that's gonna be one of those avenues of trying to get the information that you're looking for.
Great.
Jasmine, we should probably also get you on the One PS membership roster, or I mean, on the agenda, just to talk to the neighborhood representatives about that and about spreading the word as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm on the One PS board, so I can help with anything.
Perfect.
Especially during this meeting.
But I've been there, you gotta get right at the
That's
first
right.
beginning of the agenda.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
still get here.
Exactly, gotta beat out the mayor.
Celia, Joy, anything on the youth banner concept?
That
We
is-
decided to table that and.
Oh, no, we're rolling it out this summer.
Oh.
With our
the city.
summer camps. Yeah, so we will,
My grandson goes there now.
yeah, I know.
I
I've seen
know,
it.
it's so cute.
So we have Crystal, who is an employee who works with us. And she has an art background, so she's gonna help run this particular program so that hopefully by September we have something that we can roll out.
That's great.
So we will keep this as a subcommittee.
Yes, please.
The vendor poster contest, I guess we can remove. We're completed that item.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything on summer logistics to report.
There is
Oh.
not necessarily a lot of detail. So we talked to you before about the block that will become the patio for a restaurant right outside of the Plaza Theater. That should have probably started today. Faith has worked really hard on moving those vendors in the area, but it did take up a significant amount of vendor space. So we are a little concerned about closing the south block too early. So we're still kind of in limbo because we had to move all of those vendors out of that area, which means we actually do need more space on the south end right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be contingent really upon weather and how hot it gets and how soon it gets hot and vendors start you know, when it's 1:20, people do not want to come out. But we do understand the concerns of the merchants. Joy's really given us some feedback from the merchants in that South Block. So we are going to try and be as proactive as possible. And if we do need to close the South Block, we're gonna give as much notification as possible, utilizing whatever city resources we have and also Joy's resources in getting information out so that they're not blindsided. Last year, we had a little bit of okay, we're gonna close it on Thursday, because we knew we were losing vendors quicker than we had anticipated. So we will keep you up to date as to what that looks like.
When you say closing the south block, that's everything south of Tockwitz, it's the 2 blocks.
No, it's Arenas.
Arenas and down?
Arenas to Bristow.
But what about the block from Tockwitz to Arenas that is basically all, is that all?
One side is going to be
But
predominantly.
we're still good on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good, good.
Yes,
I was
pretty-
wondering,
pretty
otherwise,
populated.
if we had to go north, I know we haven't done this before, but going north of Amano might be the only answer.
Then you would have to go all the way to Alejo.
Yeah, which is a
because
giant-
You have this
Yeah.
split here
Well,
at
yeah, but
Arena.
close to Alejo, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
know, which is a lot.
Yeah. And you know what merchants hate? When you close the block and then you don't put
Nobody's
anything
there.
out front.
Oh, yeah. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
Exactly. I got you. Staff reports.
So I wanted to give you the update on the South Block, or the block right outside of, where the new restaurant patio is going. So you have that, that's starting as of this week. They're removing all of the electrical poles, that our vendors typically use, and then the platform should be going out. I did want to advise you that we have had some staff changes in the Department of Parks and Recreation. Previously, we did not have the Parks Division. It used to fall under the Public Works. But one of Nicholas's endeavors was to pool the Parks Department so that we had a full Parks and Recreation Department. So that's created a few changes for Village Fest, where the Parks Department is now helping us oversee the maintenance part of Village Fest. So Public Works is still responsible for the closure of the street, reopening the street, but our Parks Department, which is a little more internal, so it helps us kind of be able to manage it a little bit better internally, because it'll be all within our own department. So as of 2 weeks ago, we have the Parks Department who is out on the street helping us manage the actual street.
Good.
So just to make sure you all were aware of that. We have 2 special events coming up. June 19th will be the kickoff to the weekend for Juneteenth. So if you come out next Thursday, we have a DJ who's coming out and they're gonna play some music. Some members of our Parks and Recreation team are gonna do some line dancing. Some cultural activities will take place, and it kicks off of a weekend full of events celebrating.
Actually, Juneteenth is that day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday,
Yeah.
But we have a concert in the park on Friday night in the downtown park, and then we'll have the Unity picnic that will take place in the downtown park on Saturday. And the Black History Committee has 2 showings of the racist trees at the museum. One will be at 2 o'clock and one will be at 6 o'clock on Saturday. It's free. If you actually go to the 2 o'clock showing, you can get free entry into the museum on that Saturday. At 6 o'clock, they'll be closed by then, but you can come outside and then enjoy the picnic right outside the downtown park.
Very great.
And then on July 3rd, we're doing a kickoff to July 4th weekend of events. So we're gonna have some fun activity, really kind of family based. So we're hoping people will come out and kick off the weekend full of activities. And then we have stuff on Friday and Saturday night for July 4th weekend. So it's really fun that we'll be able to use Village
Yeah,
Fest as a
that's awesome.
kickoff for activities for the city.
That's great.
Thank you.
Any of your spare time?
Yeah, this is it. It's good stuff, though. It's really great stuff for the lobby.
Really good. Yeah,
Any
love it.
other items? No. Cheryl, thank you for joining us.
I have one quick question, actually. When do we find out about new board members?
It should be at the next city council meeting, so not the one that takes place tomorrow, but it'll have to go before council for approval so that they're ready to participate in July.
They are interviewing right now, actually, they're interviewing today for Village Fest, I know that.
And who's our representative? Isn't there a city council member that,
It's the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem.
okay,
So it's Ron.
And they're doing Zoom
Naomi Campbell.
calls and face-to-face and Zooms.
Yes.
Great, thanks.
So I'll let you all know as soon as I know. It'll probably be right before the agenda comes out for the last council meeting in June.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
It's
I'll
your last-
second.
Cheryl seconded.
Sorry.
All in favor?
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Thank you, everyone.
May I have these? I really like these.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
He's gonna frame them and put them up in